Cool.
Ah, Legos and leaks, a match made in heaven. But regardless, welcome back, true believers and all you merry Marvelites, to another very interesting Marvel's Avengers related video. And just to reassure any of you who may be wondering out there, is that I am in fact completely fine. It's just that I haven't been able to upload any videos on my channel recently because there hasn't been any major news to discuss in the slightest. Now, as of late, we only have received minuscule amounts of information pertaining to the Avengers project, but still we haven't received any official information from anyone relating to working on the game. However, we are still waiting for some potential gameplay to be revealed for Marvel's Avengers during the IGN Summer of Gaming event, which is going to take place in June. And just as a heads up, this information could potentially reveal some potentially playable characters to be added within the overall roster of Marvel's Avengers, as well as the main antagonist of the entire game. So if you're someone who doesn't want any aspect of Marvel's Avengers ruined before the game actually releases on September 4th, I would highly suggest to click off the video now. But for starters, I do have to give a major shout out to my fellow online companion Tumlin AL Tiger for actually showcasing these leaks to me in the first place. Not to mention that Tumlin is also very excited for Marvel's Avengers in general, and if you're someone who shares that same amount of excitement, I would highly recommend to go and follow him on Twitter, which I will leave all of his links in the description below. So for starters, all of this information does originate from a French toy company website called Rakuten. And essentially, since Marvel's Avengers is another major licensed AAA game made by Marvel Games, it would obviously make sense that they would eventually end up receiving some type of merchandise down the line. We've already seen the Funko Pops of the game released beforehand, which I've actually got my hands on both Iron Man and Kamala Khan, but lately we did receive some leaked showcases of some of the game's Lego sets. Now, if you recall, there was actually a previous leaked Lego set which did showcase some other major characters which are more than likely going to appear within Marvel's Avengers one way or another, with that of Hawkeye and Black Panther. Although, there wasn't anything too official tailored to that specific Lego set, and it could have possibly been just another type of Avengers set that didn't directly pertain to the game itself. But this time around, the Lego set actually features the same exact logo that is directly featured within the Marvel's Avengers video game brand. Plus, the primary minifigure designs of Iron Man, Thor, and Black Widow all share the same exact suit designs that we do see within the A-Day demo. But obviously, the main eye-catcher that is drawn for this specific Lego set is the fact that we do see the full-on new characters of Captain Marvel and War Machine, as well as the main antagonist of the game with MODOK. There's also another Lego set which, even though the picture is a bit blurry, does again show the same exact logo of the A symbol, which is directly from the game's design, and even another villain which was already showcased within the prequel comics of Loki. So in conclusion, this pretty much confirms the overall existence of major heavy-hitting superheroes to exist within the overall world of Marvel's Avengers that we can most likely interact with down the line, with the new heroes and regions to be added to the game for years to come for free. And just like I said previously, Loki was already previously confirmed to exist within the world of Marvel's Avengers through the Thor prequel comic of the Road to A-Day miniseries, as well as the existence of MODOK also being teased within the Hulk prequel comic, and also leaked thoroughly within the achievement list that was posted a few months ago. But again, with everything that we have seen so far, it's pretty baffling to see how much of Marvel's Avengers has been leaked recently through something as simple as that of Lego sets. Even though these leaks don't spoil the most important aspects of Marvel's Avengers in comparison to what another AAA game is experiencing with the massive debacle of The Last of Us Part 2, I just hope that there's still enough surprises in store for when we actually go and play the game for ourselves. And just as a little nitpick for the main villain himself, I really do hope that Crystal Dynamics actually does something a bit more innovative as to how MODOK could actually look within the Marvel's Avengers universe, instead of how he casually looks as just a giant floating head. Now, as for the playable heroes themselves, we did actually get official confirmation of 2 out of the 4 of them already. The first one is actually Captain Marvel, where if you do remember all the way back during New York Comic Con 2019, there was a full-on bio description showcasing Kamala Khan's suit to the public during that convention. And within this description, we do receive a little bit of insight as to Kamala Khan's character and how she will develop throughout the game's story, but also a direct name drop to one of her biggest heroes, of that of Captain Marvel. And clearly, since Kamala Khan is going to become Miss Marvel throughout the game's story, I would obviously expect them to input one of her biggest inspirations as a playable character down the line sooner or later. As for the second confirmed hero to be added to the roster, which was already heavily teased previously by Bill Roseman, is none other than Hawkeye himself. Ever since E3 2019, Bill Roseman has heavily teased Hawkeye's presence to be featured within Marvel's Avengers one way or another, as well as the character also being directly name-dropped within the Black Widow prequel comic of the last installment of the Road to A-Day miniseries. But mainly in regards to the other two major characters of Black Panther and War Machine, it would obviously make sense for them to include a major character like that of T'Challa within this game's roster one way or another, as well as a playable region with that of Wakanda. But when it comes to War Machine, that is where it kinda confuses me a bit, considering how he's just a much more beefier version of a character that already exists with Iron Man. So even though I can see clear as day of characters like Captain Marvel, Hawkeye, and Black Panther being playable within this game's roster, I'm not really fully sold on War Machine just yet, even though these LEGO leaks do clearly indicate his presence. Still, with everything revealed, I just really hope that we do receive some actual information about the status of this game sooner rather than later, especially considering how we still haven't received any official co-op footage for this game in any way, shape, or form just yet, and we don't even know if the game could potentially be delayed again due to the current pandemic. But nonetheless, fingers crossed that everything with this game works out for the absolute best. And with all that said, everyone, that's the video I have for you today, and please let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. What do you think of these LEGO leaks, and which character out of the 4 that were showcased are you excited to play as the most? For me personally, Black Panther is a must-have character that is obviously going to be in this game one way or another, regardless of this LEGO leaks, just because of how much it makes perfect sense. Besides, I've been personally wanting a massive AAA Black Panther game for quite some time now, and seeing his inclusion within this game could be just that. But until the next time we get any news about this game, everyone, thank you all so much for watching, stay merry Marvelites, and peace out.
Well, it looks like the good guys won. Earth is safe, Asgard is safe, Tony Stark's house is repaired, the helicarrier is back in the air, and the bad guys are locked up.
This is all my fault.
Oh, here we go.
Come on.